Are goddamn disgusting. Yeah, I tell you. Aware, but that doesn't change the fact that it's our daughter. That doesn't change anything. No, it does. It's fucking human. What do you I want to fucking throw it into prison. Why? Why? I don't see the point. I don't see the. Look, I understand. I understand the reasoning. I understand all of it, but you can't. Fine. Sweetheart, it's for the best. Leah!
Huh? Sorry.
You're alright. How are you holding up? It's been about a few days.
I mean, how can anyone really be holding up when they're stuck in a fucking prison? And they were killed and held hostage, and they have probably a friend on the outer walls, probably mass murdering a bunch of people who don't deserve to die. Not good.
That's the problem.
You never took your food.
No, I don't need it.
You have to eat sometime. You can't just not eat.
I can't give them what they want me at.
Eventually, please eat. I really do not want to sit here and watch you die. We are both getting out of here together because honest to God, you are one of the only sane friends I have right now. Because Ash is Ash at the moment, and Cinnamon's not here. You're one of the only sane close friends that I have right now, and I really do not want to lose you.
Yeah, I assure you, I'm not gonna die.
Okay. I'll hold on to the food for now, at least.
Have you thought about anything for escaping?
I've had an idea, but it would require either Cog or Dandy to fuck up, which I'm not sure, because I don't know how they work, so I don't know if they're the type of people to fuck up or not, but it would also require one of us being beat to death by the other. it's the only way out, but we would break one of our beds. So I would say I break my bed. You beat me to death. I won't respawn here because my bed will be here. I'll respawn back outside. Therefore, I will be out, and then if I can get them to give us some information about where they're located, like where we are currently, I could come save you, and then we can get out. But it's a lot of trauma on both of us.
Leah, I can't kill you. You just gave me an entire speech about staying alive. I can't.
But we also can't stay in here forever, and there's no way we're just gonna waltz on out here, and there's no way anyone else is gonna find us. I think it's our best, at least at the moment, our best and only option. For the meantime, that's just an idea, but we may have to use it if it comes down to it, but for now, that would, one, rely on either of them messing up, which, once again, I don't know if they're the type of people who would mess up giving out that important information. And, once again, number two, that would be assuming we're both okay with it. I'm fine with it if it means we get out of this fucking place, because I am not doing good. Not mentally, I just get worse. I just can't stay in here much longer, so in all honesty, that may be our only solution. Who knows, maybe there'll be more solutions. Maybe there'll be something else that happens, that maybe there'll be a different way, but for now, that's the only option I see. Because unless we're given some lever or some button to open up this door, the only way out is destroying our beds and one of us dying, and the only way to die in here is to beat the other one to death.
That's not an option, Leah. I'm not going to do that to you.
Once again, it's just an option, but it just so you know, it may be our only option.
There's gotta be somewhere else, maybe.
I highly doubt Ash is going to be able to find us, because Ash will be too busy on their rampage of rage to even try and be in their right mind to find us. Because if they were in their right mind, in all honesty, they could probably find us within a week. But because right now they're not in the best state of mind, and all that's on their mind is killing Dandy, Cog, and Sugar, right now, I don't think she'd be able to find us. I'm pretty sure most people think we're dead. That's another thing. People may think we're dead. So it's kind of just us against Cog, Dandy, and Sugar. But that's just an option. It's brutal, but it may be our only way out of here. But who knows? Maybe there'll be some other way, some other option. But for now, that's.
They did say they were gonna interrogate us. If they do it one-on-one, one of us does have a chance to escape.
That's true, but
they don't want to kill us. They want information from us. At least they don't want to kill us yet, so.
Well, who knows? Because if they were willing to kill us to get power from the Ocean Kingdom, who knows if they're going to be willing to hold us hostage again to get more power from different kingdoms. Hell, the Arson Kingdom at the moment only has one leader. It'll be very easy to use Ash's two closest best friends once again in the same situation we were in the Ocean Kingdom to use us as hostages and kill in front of Ash's eyes until Ash hands over the Arson Kingdom. Or who knows, maybe they do it for the Enchanted Forest, or I don't know why they would want Lucinder, because Lucinder isn't even a kingdom, but Lucinder has a lot of resources. Who knows? If they were willing to kill us once, they'll be willing to do it again.
They said they wanted information.
Yeah, I don't know what information they want, though.
They could have wanted information about Helianthus, but I don't know. I lied.
I don't know either. The only information I have is in that book, which, to our knowledge, currently only has cords of locations. If they ask you, I only have cords of locations in there, nothing else. Because, in all honesty, yes, that book, I have information, possibly. And Dandy obviously saw me writing in there, so that's a big issue. But if they ask you, all I have in there are cords, because I have a bad memory. All that are in there are cords to my house, to places I've been, to the Arson Empire, to Lucinder, to the Ocean Kingdom, to the Garden of Divinity. That's it. Okay? That's all they can know.
I interrupt this regularly scheduled lore to say that the next clip will be from @SugarRushed on Twitch because my computer kind of glitched out and I lost the recording, and Sugar was nice enough to send me their recording. Give them some love because they're great. Okay, back to the lore.
Hello.
What?
This isn't an
Wait.
invitation for you to escape, by the way.
Then why are you here?
I had to explain myself. I had to explain what happened.
Then explain.
I agreed to help them. I knew it was going to be you two. They told me it was going to be you two. That is on me. But I didn't know. I made them promise. I made them promise not to hurt you.
And look, here we are. I died, Sugar. You defended my death!
They weren't supposed to hurt you. They promised me. I made them promise.
Yeah, and people don't keep their promises, huh? Remember when you said we'd be friends? I got lost, and then when I found you again, you completely ignored me.
I didn't know.
You didn't know?
I'd convinced. I let them convince me that you had died.
Do you think me getting a little bit lost is going to kill me? Do you think that I'm that weak?
No.
That I can't defend myself?
Going to the overworld is a little more than a little lost. There was no trace of you, Iviene. You left me.
I got lost. I found someone. I thought he'd take me, but I couldn't find my way back.
You speak of betrayal. Like I am the sole betrayer here.
Sugar, I tried to find my way
You
back.
know how... You know... what happened. But... that's... over. That's gone. Consequences, the bad decisions made on my part. I'm not saying you should forgive me, but I wanted to tell you that I didn't want that to happen. I didn't mean for your death, Iviene.
You don't mean that.
Do I not?
Sugar, you could have stepped in. You could have stepped in and saved me.
2 against 1, Iviene. I am good with a sword, but not that good.
You're a coward.
Maybe you couldn't have saved her, but you could have at least stepped in and brought her time to leave. I know you could give less of a fuck that I died. You could give less of a fuck that I was kidnapped, tortured, killed, whatever. I know. Take me out of the equation. But at the ball, after I died, nothing in your right mind would have went, maybe they'll take the other completely defenseless person and kill them. I get that. Maybe one person versus Ash, Cog, Dandy, everyone else in armor wouldn't work, but you could have at least brought Iviene time to leave. And you took this job knowing that your friend would be held hostage. Now listen, I don't know much about your guys' past, and personally I don't want to because that's none of my business. But to my knowledge, friends don't agree to help people take friends hostages. That is not fucking friendship. You could have easily said no. Hell, you could have said, leave Iviene out of this and just make it a Leah thing, because I could give the less. I don't care. You can fuck me over all you want. You can hurt me however you want, but you cross one of my fucking friends, and I will make your life a living hell. You could have at least brought time for her to run away, but you didn't. You let her die, and now she's here.
I thought they were going to go. The plan was to escape. I was waiting for their cue.
You could have.
I'm a pawn. I was not in control. I am a paid mercenary. That is all I am. You cannot tell me to take control of a situation that I had no control in.
You're right, I can't, but you could have told yourself before that maybe taking the job wasn't fucking worth it. Especially at the cost of your friendship with Iviene. Hell, this is not my
saying
thing.
that it wasn't my fault. That was my fault. I let my anger for Ash blind me, and that is my fault. But I didn't know how far they were going to take it. I didn't know that they were going to go for the Ocean Kingdom. I didn't know that they were going to... I was given a job. That's what I do. I do jobs.
Not all jobs are worth taking at the expense of a friendship. You knew. And once again, take me out of these. I know you're not. You could care less about me. I could be riding out of the streets cold, and you wouldn't care. But Iviene, you knew she was going to be held hostage. Once again, friends don't agree to help people take other friends hostages for a job, for payment, for materials. That is like saying material worth was worth more than Iviene.
Sugar, do you know how fucking hard it was to be killed the same way my own father was? And you stood by and did nothing. You sat and just watched me die. Sugar, you're saying that material worth is worth more than people's lives than me.
I don't. I didn't mean.
If you actually want to redeem yourself, then do something instead of coming here and saying sorry and being sorry for yourself. What's done is done.
I didn't want to leave you with the questions of why. It's not much, but it's better than me having completely abandoned you with no explanation, with no thoughts of why or how.
I know exactly why. You did it for a job. You knew I'd be potentially hurt, and yet...
No, they promised. I made them. They weren't supposed to hurt you.
People lie, Sugar.
No.
Heck, my
shit.
own mom lied to my dad saying, "Oh, I love you, I'll never hurt you," and yet she's the one who stabbed him in the chest! People aren't all truthful. They lie.
I thought that I had enough persuasion. They had enough fear of me to understand the consequences. But
Persuasion.
if you haven't noticed, Iviene, people are growing in strength. It's getting to their heads. Ash is a good example of that. So, in order to survive, to continue, I need to do the same, and now everyone fears me. I'm one of the villains now. I'm no longer just a pawn. Kind of.
So you did this for fear? You did this to make people scared of you?
I did this so that no one would question me.
Did it for power, which is the same root Ash was falling under. Fear is power in this world. If people fear you, you have power. If you wanted fear, that's the same as saying you want power.
I don't want fear. I just want to be on the same level as Ash. Because someone's gonna have to knock her down when it's time.
Ash treated me better. than you. The one I've known for years.
Then where is Ash?
The one I
Where
lost.
is she? Why hasn't she broken you out yet? I heard everything you said.
I don't know where Ash is. I don't even know where I am. What makes you think Ash does?
Sugar, when someone kills your two closest friends, your mind immediately either goes, you just go insane. Ash is already insane as it is. I see it, you see it, Iviene sees it, everyone sees it. Something on that throne changed her. Whether it was power or whether it was, hell, maybe it was them changing into the fucking wither themselves. I don't know. Ash is already insane as it is. But when you put their only friends, their trusted comrades, and you kill them, that just makes them more insane. They're not in the right mind to even try and comfort Logos. Hell, they're probably right now sitting and just plotting revenge, because honestly, that's all they have left. Hell, maybe they don't even know we're alive, because maybe no one, who knows if people think we're dead or alive. Because if we were alive, we would have respawned back at spawn. Yet here we are.
Well, if I was Ash, I'd be tearing.
But you're
through
not
hell and
Ash.
back to
You're
find
not
you.
Ash.
At least
And if you
I'm
were
here.
Ash wouldn't have been stupid enough to take a job that would have put her friends at risk. Ash would have at least thought that through. Ash, there's no way in hell, no matter how insane Ash may become, there is no way Ash would put materials over their friends. So you are not Ash.
My friend, my sister, Iviene, as far as I was aware until a very short while ago, died. Left me in hell. In
Sugar,
agony. I tried. But it's clear that you are no longer the same. You've grown up. I can accept that. But with having grown up, it seems you forgot
Forgot?
me, who I am, who I stand for. Everything I do to gain power, to grow stronger, has been done to protect the ones I love. And it's clear that you don't understand that.
I see.
The only thing keeping me going in that hellscape was you, Iviene.
Sugar, I tried
Everything
to
I
go
did,
back.
the reason I stayed was for you. I could have slaughtered my way out when I pleased, but I stayed. And look
Sugar,
where
I
that got
tried.
me. Alone. Left there.
Sugar, I tried so hard to find you. I tried so hard. I looked for hours. I looked for days, months, years. I never stopped looking. I didn't know how to go back. I didn't know where you were. I was a stupid kid that got lost.
I think we're done.
I don't know what else to say.
It's clear that Sugar has moved on. Maybe I should do the same.
You do what's right for you. But in my eyes, that right there is a person who's falling down the same road Ash is. A bit more gradually, but still all the same. You heard it in their last few sentences. Power. They fucking chose material objects over a human life. Even I'm not that cruel to do that. I don't even think Ash is. Although, maybe. That's besides the point. You do what's right for you.
Nothing you will say can change the fact that I still left. That I wasn't good enough to find her. That I didn't help her. That I didn't abandon my original family. Nothing will ever change with the fact that I'm not good enough.
But you are. You can't see it, but you are. You probably will never see it. Because it's hard for a person to acknowledge it themselves, in themselves. You can see it on other people. You'll never be able to see it yourself because you're too worried about what you could have done, what you should have done. Once again, I know to you it won't change anything, but to anyone else who hears that, you were a fucking kid. You looked as hard at what it sounds like. You looked as hard as you can. You tried everything you could have. It's not your fucking fault. And you'll never believe me because people get too wrapped up in their own self-doubt to ever hear the word of reason. But it's not. If you feel like it's the right thing, that when we get out of here, because we will, to go make up with Sugar, to go talk to Sugar, you do that. All I know is that from what it sounds like, Sugar's changed. People who choose material worth, I'd get maybe if she was hired for a job and it was something completely different, maybe I'd understand that. She knew you were going to be held hostage. And I say you because, once again, she could care less that I was slashed right through the chest with that axe. Hell, I didn't say it to her. I wanted to, but I'd go as far to say that if Cog and Dandy, if you weren't there and Ash wasn't there and Cog and Dandy failed the job, she probably would have done it to me herself. Why? Because that gets her one step closer to Ash. But she took the job knowing that we both were being held hostage. And once again, take me out of the equation, because she doesn't care about me. She took the job knowing you would be held hostage. Sure, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she genuinely didn't know that you were being killed. She still know you were being held hostage. And if she was smart enough, she would have been able to know that hostage situations never end well. Friends don't just help other people take their friends hostages. That is not friendship. That is them choosing power, wealth, and material objects over their quote-unquote friends. That is them wanting to gain more power and more wealth to be feared by others, because in this world, fear is key. If you have fear, you have power. Take Ash. No one, not even Sugar at times, maybe some, actually, let me rephrase that. No one but Sugar stands up to Ash. Hell, even I don't. I cower back. Because Ash has fear. And because Ash has fear, Ash has power. Sure, she may not have the best gear, the best weapons. She may not have materials. She may not have fucking clarity. She may not have strategy. But she has fear. And when you have fear, you have people who are too afraid to stand up to you, to stand up to your power. And therefore, you never have anyone in your way. That is what Sugar wants. Sugar wants to become the level of Ash, to take Ash down.